My ADHD brain freeze at work. It wasn't until last week that I recognized my ADHD brain freeze kicks in very specific ways. And it also is a part of needing kind of like a warm up or a slow start. So I was sitting in a meeting with a lot of people and we all had to sort of do a certain type of presentation. And, I knew how to do this presentation. I've done it before. I've sat in this meeting before. This was nothing new. But I sort of had this brain freeze at the moment of like performance of where I had to sort of like, okay, this is the time. This is the thing you got to do. I just sort of froze. And luckily I wasn't the first one to be called on. I don't know when I was going to come up, but I was later. I was starting to recognize, okay, I need warm up time. So then, as I often do, and I'm trying to figure things out, I get analytical about my ADHD brain and trying to figure out what it is. So it's a little bit of ADHD, a little bit of autism, a little bit of masking, a little bit of just slow start. But what essentially I discovered that I needed, because by the time that I went, I did great. Not only did I need warm up time, I needed to get comfortable with the room, comfortable with the setting, comfortable with the situation. I needed to see how everybody else was doing it to then assess, oh, that's how we're doing this, or here's how I have to do it, which is going to be a little bit different than how everybody else did it, or somewhere in the middle. So I needed to mask a particular way so that I could camouflage a bit, figure out what everybody was doing, sort of model from them, get my ADHD brain to kick in and like warm up and like, okay, here's how I got to do this. I got to do it this very specific way, get a little bit of a script in there, and then I was off and running. So now I recognize, okay, when I'm in those situations, here's what I need. I need a little bit of time before I go, so I don't want to be first. I can be last, I can be in the middle, but I don't want to be first.